Hello, this is Brishia, the founder of Bliss Finance and the author of The Cash Formulas. I've been helping entrepreneurs and consumers to improve their finances based on my 25 years of banking experience. Throughout the coaching of clients on a regular basis, I've noticed one thing. There's a vicious cycle out there. The reason that people are stuck living paycheck to paycheck is because of all their mindset. So in order for you to transform your finance to the next level, it is time for you to reset your mind. But before you can reset your mind, you got to make sure that you understand what is the root cause of where you are today financially. What exactly who are the influencers? And the reason where you are today is probably because your environment, your spouse, your loved one, your family, your surroundings, or what you grew up with. But do you know that just because what happened to us in the past does not define you? That is not what your future is going to be. That's not what you are going to grow up to be. You can make a difference starting today by resetting your mind financially. I have a family member that came from overseas. Their families actually escaped from a communist regime. So when they moved to the States, they were very, very frugal because it was very hard for them to start. So the kid that grew up in the States adopt the same philosophy, even though he has a wonderful job, he's got a wonderful family, but his money is set. He does not spend any penny. Even in Texas, this is where I live, it gets very, very hot in the summer. And he chooses not to turn the AC to the point it's going to cool the house. Now, when you think about that, that's a choice. I do understand. I'm not here to judge, but all I'm saying is sometimes in life, you got to splurge a little bit. There are times that you need to have a basic living standard. There are times that you got to make sure that you use money wisely, but because of the previous influence that he had all his life, and that's what he become, and that's the way that he lives. And I feel sad because to me, life has got to be so much more fun, because you're missing a lot of things about life if you continue to the way you're thinking. That is where the influences comes in. There's another thing that people are influenced based on the cause of that is because the knowledge. I myself got a finance degree, and when I graduated, I thought, oh my gosh, I know everything sophisticated about finance, but yet I didn't know how to manage money. I didn't know that credit is going to play a factor in my life. I actually skip up on a lease, and I didn't realize that by skipping on the lease, it's going to cost me for the next 7 years. It's screwed up completely. I didn't realize that what is mortgage. I didn't realize that how to go about financing. I didn't know all the tricks and trade. I didn't know that, and I got screwed. And that's the reason why in order for you to transform your finances, you got to know, you got to have the right knowledge. If you don't have the right knowledge, it's going to take you time to get out that vicious cycle. And that's the reason why people are here today. It's because they don't know how to get out of that. And that is what I'm going to teach you on the next video. Now, the second thing that you got to realize is if you're stuck with the mindset of where you are today, what is going to cost you? What is going to cost you for all the different experiences that you could have? Think about all the bucket lists that you have, the places you want to go, the restaurants you want to eat, the lifestyle you want to live in. What is it going to cost you if you continue this way? I actually have a worksheet down that I really want for you to take a note. Really take time to really analyze where you are today. What exactly is costing your family if you don't make that change today? Not tomorrow. Starting today, because whatever happened to us is past. It's okay. We all been there. We all made mistakes. It's all good. But it's what's going to do now. What are you going to do? How are you going to change your mindset? It's going to make a difference for you to transform your finances. Physical. What exactly is costing you physically? I myself is a Harvey victim. I lost my home overnight. I remember when I was rescued by a boat, and I stayed the next 5 months in a hotel and followed by 6 months in an apartment before my house got completely rebuilt. I remember that night when I actually got dropped off to the hotel, I thought to myself, I lost everything. But you know what? I'm not going to let that disaster destroy me financially. So I chose to think like a winner, and I figured a way out to the point that I actually rise above and became even better than before. And that's what I really want to challenge you. Wherever you are, whatever stage of life you are, you can make a difference by reset your mind, by understanding that the cost is going to you physically. All the victims around me in the hotel, a lot of them were having high blood pressure because the anxiety, a lot of them really had to seek for mental help because they couldn't cope of losing their home or having that mortgage that they had to pay and don't even know how to go about dealing with the insurance, if they even have flood insurance, or dealing with the lenders. So it was a lot that traumatized a lot of people, and it continues on today. So I really want for you to take a note and start asking yourself, if it's going to cost you physically, if you're the one that's actually wake up in the middle of the night, think about your finances and worry about how I'm going to pay for my kids' education, how I'm going to pay my bills the next month. I don't know how. I'm actually stranded. I've got all the debt coming in. How am I going to get out of this vicious cycle? You know what? There's a way. There's always a way if you reset your mind, if you understand how the tactics is going to take you there, and that's where you'll be able to get out. And that's the reason why we're here today, is to really give you the steps and the tools for transformation. In order for you to reset the mind, you've got to make sure that you understand how to control your internal thought. Now, there are two wolves live inside of our brain. One is a positive, one is negative. You know which one wins every time? You take a guess. Yeah, most of you is going to say the positive one is going to win. But you know what? It's the one that you feed your mind. That wolf is going to win. If all you feed is the negativity, that negative wolf is going to win. If you feed the positive wolf all the time, that positive wolf is going to win all the time. So that same analogy can be applied to wealth. If all you think about is I don't have any money, I'm poor, I don't have any money, I've got all this debt that's thinking about it, I'm just going crazy, I'm in a dead-end job, I hate my job, I don't have any money, if something happened to me, I'll be on the street. If that's all you think about, that's what you're going to get. And that's the reason why, in order for you to reset your mind, you've got to start controlling your internal thought. Now, there are some autopilot thinking that's ingrained in you, just like someone that I told you earlier. It was ingrained in his brain. He did not know there was a difference. He didn't realize there is an option out there. Everything about life is all about choice. Either you choose to think this or you choose to think that. So by controlling the internal dialogue, you are going to see yourself in a total different path, and that's when you start seeing the transformation. Also, you had to realize what exactly is control your mind externally. Now, social media has done a wonderful job grabbing our attention. We get gravitated to see, oh my gosh, she's got such a beautiful dress. I love the way she dresses. I just want to be exactly like her. Here I am swiping my credit card, just be like her. But yet you are financing your lifestyle. Do they finance their lifestyle? We don't know. But all I'm talking is to you. If you had to get what you want by financing, you're on the wrong track. However, if you have to make that purchase using cash or using credit card, but you're able to pay off at the end of the month, more power to you. The challenge of life, the reason why people are stuck, and that is not just for people that are with a lower income. I have helped with some of the very, very high end, someone that's making 6 figures. You know what? If you ever see their credit report, if you ever see how much they have in the bank statement, you'll be shocked. And one of the sad things people don't realize is that they really make all those purchases is to really satisfy the John Doe, is to satisfy the ego, instead of satisfy their soul. If you are making purchases to satisfy your soul, go ahead, but don't finance it. But if you are actually making purchases to look good for others, you know what? Others don't really care about you. You don't realize that. People are living in the bubble, their own bubble. Yet we think we're so important that we got to make sure we impress that person so we get noticed. But life is more than that. If you know that you're wealthy deep inside, you don't really need to care about what other people think, and that is a real wealth. So, in order for you to transform your finances, the first step is got to be you got to reset your mind. How you reset your mind is by understanding what was the cause, the root cause, influences, and also the knowledge. But what is also going to cost you if you continue to be the way you are? What are some experiences that you might lose, and also the physical element that you're going to be, if that's going to get to you continuously? Last not least, are you controlling your thought internally and externally? So, the next video, I'm going to be talking about how to reset the tactics, because if you don't have the right tactics, it's going to take you longer to get what you need to be. And that's where it's going to be some interesting things, going to really take you to the next level. So I hope I can see you next time. Until then, stay unique, be alive, and make an impact.